सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ ज्ञानिनामपि चेतांसि देवी भगवती हि सां बलादाकृष्य मोहाय महामाया प्रयच्छति दुर्गे स्मृता हरसि भीतिम् अशेष जन्तोः स्वस्तैः स्मृता मतिमतीव शुभं ददासि दारिद्र्य दुःख भयहारिणी काद्वदन्या सर्वोपकार करणाय सदार्द्रचित्ता सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके देवी नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते। शरणागत दीनार्थ परित्राणपरायणे सर्वस्यार्तिहरे देवी नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते। सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोऽस्तुते। रोगानशेषान् अपहंसि तुष्टा रुष्टा तु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान् त्वामाश्रितानां न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिता ह्याश्रयतां प्रयान्ति सर्वबाधाप्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्। Hari Om. So we are on the 5th day of Navaratri and we were looking into the names of Shri Mahalakshmi Ashtottara Shata Namavali. We completed up to 36 names yesterday. I said we will look into what is Om Vibhavaryai Namaha. Vibhavari is what we missed yesterday. Vibhavari means night time, the one who is active at night also. Mahalakshmi's vehicle is the owl, and Mahalakshmi is not only present in our Jagrata Avastha, she can be very actively present in the night time also. Meaning people who really want to do serious work, who want to work very hard, they work through the night also, which means the presence of the grace of Mahalakshmi is present at night time. She has got, since her vehicle is the owl, she can be present everywhere and anywhere, even during nights. Vibhavaryai Namaha. The next name, the 37th name, Om Lokashoka Vinashinyai Namaha. Lokashoka Vinashinyai Namaha. Lokasya Shokaha. The Shoka of the Loka. Loka means world. When we see the world, we experience sorrow sometimes. We experience sorrow because we get attached to something, some form, some sound, some person, some situation, some object. And when that object is taken away from us, objects, people and situations are constantly moving. Because the study of astrology shows us that all the planets are all in the 12 houses which they are always there on Gochara. They are going on rounds. Whenever they go on rounds, something, some object, some person, some situation which is connected with us, which is aspected by some planet or which is because of the presence of some planet, we have certain things and situations with us, they will change. When they change, we will experience sorrow. Mahalakshmi is that state of bliss in us that removes all sorrow. The bliss is produced within. The joy is produced within. We think that we get the joy because of the objects from outside. The joy is present as Mahalakshmi, flowing through us as bliss, completely experienced during night time because we shut out all the sense organs. The body is also at rest. The mind is also at rest in the state of deep sleep, and we don't experience anything else other than that bliss alone, and so we experience joy in the state of sleep. The same bliss flows through us through the day, but we don't experience it because we are sending it out towards objects outside, trying to gain joy by outside objects. Om Lokashoka Vinashinyai Namaha. She is that flow of energy within us that keeps us blissful at all times without asking. Dharma Nilayayai Namaha. She is not just about bliss and about enjoyment. Bliss is a state of enjoyment. It is not doing anything, but it is enjoying what comes to us. But Dharma Nilayayai Namaha means she is that force, that energy who keeps us on the path of Dharma. She resides in Dharma, and if we are devoted to her, she makes us do work, think thoughts, speak words that are in tune with the path of Dharma. Dharma is one quality of the Buddhi. There are 4 qualities which are sattvic and 4 qualities which are tamasic in the Buddhi, of which the sattvic Buddhi, the sattvic bhava of the Buddhi is dharma. Dharyate anena iti dharmaha. Anybody who is there in a position of responsibility, anybody who does work for the sake of society, for maintaining something, for maintaining the earth, for maintaining peace, for maintaining tidiness, for maintaining unity, for maintaining harmony, for maintaining victory, anybody works, Mahalakshmi is there behind you because she is Dharma Nilaya. She is established in Dharma. She may be joy, she may be prosperity, she may be bliss, she may be money, she may be income, she may be children, but everything is rooted in Dharma. Only then she will stay there with us. If we are rooted in Dharma, Mahalakshmi is supposed to be chanchalas. Chanchala means moving. She doesn't stay properly with somebody. But if we are rooted in Dharma, she stays in Dharma, so she will be present with us. Om Karunayai Namaha. Mahalakshmi is that force, that energy of Karuna. Karunya. Karunya means Kru. Kru Dhatu is Dukrin Karane. Karane. So Karuna is from Kru Dhatu. Karuna is not just pity. Karuna is not just looking at somebody and saying, oh my God, how sad this person is like this. That is not Karuna. Karuna is doing something to alleviate the miseries of others, is Karuna. And that quality of Karuna is none other than Mahalakshmi. She manifests in us as Karuna. When we are experiencing that quality of Karunyam for others, or when somebody is expressing Karuna to us, know that Mahalakshmi is there. Om Lokamatre Namaha. Today's Navaratri day is called Skandamata. Devi is called Skandamata as a mother of Kartikeya. And the name of Mahalakshmi is Lokamata, the mother of the whole world. This whole world has been created by Ishvara with the help of Prakriti, Mahalakshmi. And once the creation has happened, Ishvara's job is over. But it is the mother who takes care of the child, who nurtures the child, who protects the child, who feeds the child, who bathes and dresses the child, everything that the mother does. So this mother, Mahalakshmi, is Lokamata. And who is her child? All of us living in this earth are her children. All the jivas in every nook and corner of this world, wherever there are life forms living, in any which state of this Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Swarloka, and then Atala Vitala Sutala Taratala Rasatala Patala Lokas, everywhere, wherever jivas are there, Mahalakshmi is the mother. She is the mother who takes care of all the jivas in all the 14 lokas. Loka Matre Namaha. Mata is mother. Padma Priyayai Namaha. She is the beloved of lotus. Lotus symbolizes self-realization. Lotus symbolizes that state of expansion of the mind where fragrance is wafting, the fragrance of knowledge is wafting, and the flower looks so beautiful in the presence of the sun. Padma Priyayai Namaha. Mahalakshmi is beloved to the lotus. She loves the lotus, which means all the provision that Mahalakshmi gives us in this world of objects, of situations, of peoples, of energies, of the body, mind, and intellect, but which whatever she has provided, it is all to be pressed into the service of self-realization. Then we become the beloved of Mahalakshmi. Padmahastayai Namaha. She holds a lotus in her hands, which means the lotus is known for its softness, the lotus is known for its beauty. Whatever she is creating with her hands becomes very soft, very pleasant, very beautiful for everybody to see. She is capable of creating beauty, she is capable of creating softness in this world. The emotions that she expresses are very soft. Padma Hastayai Namaha. Hasta is also something to give. What does she give? She gives us the flower of self-realization, which she holds in her hand. Whatever she holds in her hand is to symbolize that we need to attain that state. She holds the lotus flower in her hand so that you realize the truth, you realize the self, then life will become as beautiful as this lotus flower. Don't wallow in self-pity, don't wallow in ignorance. Come out like the lotus flower from the slush. Stand above the waters of life. Stand, look up to the truth of the sun and shine bright and beautiful. That is the message that Mahalakshmi gives by having the lotus in her hand. Om Padmakshai Namaha. Her eyes are Akshi, are like Padma, lotus, like the petals of the lotus, very soft, very concerned, very loving, very kind, very gentle eyes she has got. And eyes that are also shining with beauty. What is the beauty? The beauty of realization, the beauty of love, the beauty of karunya or compassion, the beauty of having everything that we need to have in life. So that is why even in modern day affirmations, when they say you're working towards prosperity, you want abundance in life, experience as if you have all the abundance. So that is what it actually means. Mahalakshmi is present in us with all her abundance, with all her wealth. We just need to tune in and look into her. Look into her lotus eyes, Padmakshai Namaha, and express the qualities that she expresses in this world, the qualities of abundance. When we have abundance, when we have everything in abundance, we will give freely. So start giving freely. Start giving good thoughts to others. Start giving good words to others. Start giving wealth to others as if you have lot. Whenever you give, there is a proverb in English: you spend and God will send. Spend means to give, expend it on others. Padmakshai namaha. Again, Padma Sundaryai namaha. We associate the lotus flower so much with Mahalakshmi that there are many names in the Ashtottara associated with the lotus. Padma Sundaryai namaha. Pada also means knowledge. Padma means that which arises out of knowledge. The lotus of realization, the flower of realization that dawns within us. Sundari is one who is very beautiful. Padma Sundari is one who shines with that knowledge, that brightness, the light of realization, of devotion in action. We always see Mahalakshmi at the feet of Mahavishnu pressing his feet, which shows that her sundaratva, her beauty is not in simply watching, but in acting, in doing something for the welfare of the world. Padmodbhavayai namaha. Padma Udbhava. She was born out of the lotus flower. That's Mahalakshmi. Padma Mukhyai namaha. Her face is like the lotus. Her mouth is like the lotus flower, which means the words that she speaks are flowing as beautifully, as softly, as gently as the petals, the softness in the petals of the lotus flower, as the beauty in the lotus flower. Then who is she? Padmanabhapriyayai namaha. She is Padmanabha's dear one. Padmanabha is one who has the lotus coming out of his navel. The lotus on which Brahma resides is coming out of the navel of Padmanabha, which means the lotus of creation is coming out of the navel of Vishnu. And that Vishnu's beloved is meaning Vishnu refers to our intellect. Intellect, the steady thought is Vishnu. And who is Mahalakshmi? That steady thought really loves the qualities of love, harmony, peace, joy, service, abundance. That steady thought will always be devoted and beloved of the thoughts which are enhancing that steadiness, enhancing the beauty, enhancing the harmony in this world. Padmanabha Priyayai namaha. She is Rama. Rama is one who is very, very beautiful. Exclusive beauty, exotic beauty. We cannot even imagine how beautiful she is. The beauty is not only the physical beauty, it is the beauty of the mind, the beauty of the qualities in the mind, the beauty of the intellectual steadiness, and the Viveka Shakti of knowing what is truth and what is untruth, and the Vairagya, the beauty that comes out of withdrawing from whatever is untruth and focusing our attention on the truth, living in that truth, being established in that truth. That is Rama, beautiful. Padmamala Dharayai namaha. She wears the garland of lotuses on her. Garland is something that is an alamkara. If you have that, you are complete. Everything is beautifully set and arranged for that person. Garland makes a person feel bliss, feel joy, and especially if it is a lotus garland. A lotus garland means she wears the devotion of all the self-realized beings as a garland around her neck. Padmamala Dharayai namaha. Padmamala, Padma is lotus. Lotus denotes self-realization. Lotus denotes beauty. Lotus denotes devotion also. And she wears the garland of devotion, beauty, and self-realization. And when we worship her, when we pray to her, those qualities that belong to her become our own qualities. Om Devyai Namaha. Om Devyai Namaha. Devi. Dyotanat iti Devaha. Dyotanat iti Devi. Something that shines beautifully is Devi. Devi is the shining one. What is the shining one in us? The shining one in us is consciousness. That consciousness which casts its light on all the thoughts that we see and all the feelings that we experience is Devi, Sri Mahalakshmi. Padminyai Namaha. Padmini is also the name of the lotus. And she represents Mahalakshmi. These are all beautiful names of girls in India. And whenever we call out these names, why these names are given is whenever we call these names, we are calling the Devata, the deity in that person. So it may be somebody whom you really like, or whom you really love, or whom you really don't like. That person may have the name Padmini, but when you call that name of that person without fear or favor, then that goddess who is the Adhishtana Devata of that name will manifest in our life. So that is the reason why we don't call people. Many beautiful names with Padma are there. Padmakshe Namaha, Padmahastaye Namaha, Padmasundaryay Namaha, Padmodbhavaye Namaha, Padmamukhye Namaha, Padmanabhapriyaye Namaha, Padmamaladharaye Namaha, Padminyay Namaha. Then we'll call such people Paddu, Paddu we call them. It is okay, Paddu or Pichu or something or the other, we call those people. Call them by their names fully, the quality of that name will become our own quality. Padmagandhinyai Namaha. She's a fragrance of the lotus, meaning the fragrance of self realization, the fragrance of karuna, the fragrance of compassion, the fragrance of love, the fragrance of harmony, the fragrance of peace, the fragrance of beauty. These qualities have their fragrance. We love all these qualities, and that fragrance is Sri Mahalakshmi. There is a very beautiful song in Tamil. துணையது வாய்வரும் தூய நற்ஜோதி துணையது வாய்வரும் தூய நற்சொல்லாம் துணையது வாய்வரும் தூய நற்கந்தம் துணையது வாய்வரும் தூய நற்கல்வியே. In our life, there may be very many situations where we may have to battle it alone. We may have to fight alone. But certain things come in our way, even though there are no people around us. Tuya Narjodi, that lamp which we look at every day with devotion, with love, that will be our protection in our times of distress, in our times of being alone somewhere, caught in some difficult situation where we cannot reach out for help. The lamp that we worship, Tunayaduvai Varum Tuyanar Jyoti, Tunayaduvai Varum Tuyanar Chollam. The good words that we hear, the good words that we speak will come with us in times of distress. Tunayaduvai Varum Tuyanar Gandham. The fragrance, the beautiful fragrance of sage, of incense that we light for the God, that we light in worship of God. That fragrance, Padmagandhinyai Namaha, the Gandha, the fragrance of that lotus will come with us. It'll be there in our memory. It'll create such an impact in our mind that the thought will be very strong. The thought of harmony, the thought of peace, the thought of goodness, the thought of equality, the thought of productivity, everything that we associate the Devata with will be there with us. And in whatever situation we are in life, that will come to us, that will come to our aid. Punyagandhayai Namaha. She is the fragrance of good deeds. The fragrance of good deeds is a peaceful mind, calm mind, the result of good actions. Punya is a calm mind, is a dynamic mind where we can do a lot of work for the welfare of society. Punya karma, and we get more punya karma as a result. And wherever there is fragrance of good actions, wherever you see there is good actions, you can experience a fragrance of Mahalakshmi. You can experience a presence of Mahalakshmi in that place. Suprasannayai namaha. Sushtu prasanna. Prasanna means something that's very cheerful, something that's very shining, something that's very beautiful. Even the devatas, when we worship them, they become prasanna, prakarshena sannaha. Completely they are present in that place wherever we worship them, wherever we chant their names, wherever we think about their names. I think that is why all the gods will be prasanna in YouTube, because in so many channels, if you see on YouTube, it has been a medium of communication since a long time, but especially after the pandemic, where all the satsangas are happening through this channel. So Prasannayai Namaha, where the deity, where the devata completely becomes manifest. Prasannayai Namaha. Then Punyagandhai, Suprasannayai Namaha, Suprasanna. Very well present, meaning if you invoke her, she doesn't cheat you. She completely is there with us. She is present with us. Prasadabhimukhyai Namaha. Prasada Abhimukhyai Namaha. She is the one who is facing the Prasada Buddhi. Prasada Buddhi means when when in our intellect, prasada completely present, we experience that divinity, we experience that grace, and we experience the abundance, we experience the joy, and because of that experience, the mind is in a state of prasada buddhi. Prasada buddhi means whatever I get in life, it it may be good, it may not be good, it may not be to my liking, it may be to my liking. I take it with a cheerful mind. I take it with a cheerful countenance. That is prasada. Prasada abhimukhyai namaha. When I'm in a state of prasada, Mahalakshmi is looking at me. Mahalakshmi is looking at me favorably and with her grace and with her blessings. So, if we want to have the blessings of Mahalakshmi in our life, if we want to experience the grace of Mahalakshmi, then we should have prasada buddhi. Prasada buddhi means whatever I get, I receive it with gratitude and I respond with love, and I don't react in this world of situations. More than that, I respond with love, harmony, cheer, awareness. Then prasadabhimukhye namaha. Mahalakshmi will be present in me, looking at the prasada buddhi, or that calm intellect that I have, possess. Prabhayai namaha. Prabha, prakarshena bhati. She is very well shining all the time. Only in sleep we don't need to experience bliss. In our waking state also, we can experience that bliss when we are living in tune with that consciousness at all times. That consciousness or awareness is shining its light in all our thoughts in the waking state, just as it is shining its light on our no awareness thought. I don't know thought. There is a thought in sleep called I don't know thought. It's a nidra. On that thought, this consciousness is shining its awareness. It's covering it like, the light of the moon covers the waves of the ocean. It falls on the waves of the ocean and it highlights the waves of the ocean. In the same way, this consciousness covers the single thought, which is the I don't know thought. But in waking state, we experience so many thoughts. which is also covered by that same consciousness which is there in our night. When we are experiencing that consciousness, then we will always be experiencing Prabha in our lives. We will experience Mahalakshmi as light. Always there will be, in whatever situation we are in, we actually need only one thing. It can be any kind of a problem. We need only light to be thrown on that problem, Prabha, and the problem will disappear because the light of consciousness, the light of awareness is thrown on the problem. Chandravadanayai namaha. She is of the face of the moon. The beautiful face, the round face of the moon, the coolness of the moon, that is the face of Shri Mahalakshmi. So whenever these names are all being given, so whenever we see all these, when we see a lotus, we can be reminded of Mahalakshmi. When we see the moon, we can be reminded of Mahalakshmi. When we see the rays of the sun, Prabha, we can be reminded of Mahalakshmi. Chandrayai namaha. She is not only Chandra Vadana, she is also Chandra. Chandra means the moon. Chandra is something that is very cool. Chandra is something that takes the light, the harsh rays of the sun, and makes it cool with the coolness of the icy layers and passes it on as light rays of coolness. And the light rays of coolness are nourishing for all the plants. Plants are not only growing during daytime, at night also they grow, and they grow because of the light of the moon. And that moon is none other than Mahalakshmi, who is nourishing this whole planet, nourishing all the beings of the planet, providing coolness of the moon and the energy and the power of the moon. Chandra Sahodaryai Namaha. She is also the sister of Chandra in one of the Purana stories where Mahalakshmi is appearing as Chandra's sister when she is taken out of the when she is drawn out of the churning of the ocean. Chaturbhujayai Namaha. She has got 4 arms, which means Mahalakshmi is the intellect which has the manas, the mind with the 4 antakarana, the manas, buddhi, chitta and ahankara are her 4 arms. The manas is the mind which is connected with the sense organs of perception, which means it looks outside. All the eyes, the ears, the nose, the tongue and the skin are projected outwards, and they get information from the world outside and pass it on to the intellect. The chitta, whatever information has been passed on, is stored in cupboards inside, is stored in lockers, or it's stored in desks and storage units. And the storage unit is called the chitta. And that is also one hand of Mahalakshmi, which means she is making use of all that. Hand is something that you pick up with. She picks up those thoughts, she picks up those memories to handle them for us and purify those thoughts and memories. And the other Antakarana is the I, the Ahamkara, which keeps saying I. It identifies itself with everything. It says I see, I hear, I taste, I smell, I touch, I think, I feel, I want, I am happy, I am sad, I am great, I am small. All this is the work of the Aham thought. And then you have the Buddhi or the steady thought. All these 4 are hands for Mahalakshmi. Chatur Bhujayai Namaha, the one with 4 arms. The 4 internal equipment are her hands. She works through all of them. She works through our intellect, she works through our ego, she works through our mind, and she works through our chitta to create beauty in this world, to provide for this world. Chandrarupayai Namaha. She is of the form of the moon. The form of the moon is none other than the form of Mahalakshmi. So when we look at the moon, we can remember Mahalakshmi. Ahlada Jananyai Namaha. She is the one who gives birth to joy, who gives birth to bliss. All the blissful experiences, in all the blissful experiences, the experience of bliss is Mahalakshmi herself. Pushtyai Namaha. She's the one who nourishes and nurtures in all our vegetables, in all our fruits, in all our food items, in all the nourishing unguents, the nourishing creams. Everywhere you see nourishment, everywhere you see beauty and grace and something that protects and nourishes. You can see the hand of Mahalakshmi. Shivayai Namaha. She is the wife of Vishnu and she is the sister of Shiva. She is also auspicious. Like Lord Shiva, Mahalakshmi contains auspiciousness. What is auspicious in us? The life force is that which is auspicious. The Jiva Shakti, that the force of life, that life force, that is the last that departs from a human being. It is the first to come and be there and present for the human being. And when everything else is gone, it is the last that leaves the human being. That life force is Shiva. That is, it gives auspiciousness. Wherever there is life, we experience auspiciousness. If there is no life, it is not Shiva, it is Amangala. We don't experience auspiciousness in that place. Shivayai Namaha. Shivakaryai Namaha. She creates auspiciousness. Auspiciousness is not just there in our life. We can create auspiciousness all around by doing the right actions, by keeping our places and spaces neat and tidy and beautiful, by keeping our body healthy, fit, trim, slim, and eating nourishing food, getting nourishing food, providing nourishing food for others. Auspicious actions, when we do, we create auspiciousness. Shivakaryai Namaha. That is the power of Mahalakshmi, which creates auspiciousness everywhere. Satyai Namaha. Mahalakshmi is Sat. Mahalakshmi is truth. Mahalakshmi is present in all objects in this universe as Sat, or reality, or existence. Existence is Mahalakshmi. Vimalayai Namaha. She is pure. There is no mala in her. Mahalakshmi is that force of energy which does not have any desires for itself. The only desire that she has is a desire for the unnati of all the jivas that are all devoted to her. Not that she is not concerned about others, but those who are devoted to her are able to experience her presence more in their lives. Their minds become purified. When you worship Mahalakshmi, your mind becomes Vimala, Vigata Mala, free of all impurities. What are the Malas? Mahalakshmi is not just money. Mahalakshmi is Santosha. Mahalakshmi resides in the heart where there are no unwanted, undue desires. All the kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, raga, dvesha, bhaya, swartha. When these qualities are there, Mahalakshmi is far away because she is Vimala. Mahalakshmi will come close to us and reside with us when we are free of all these malas. Vimalayai Namaha. Om Vishwajananyai Namaha. She is the Janani of this Vishwa. Vishwa in Vedanta refers to this physical body, that is when the I consciousness is identified with this physical body, that physical body is called Vishwa. This Vishwa, this physical body, is being given birth by the mother. That power of Mahalakshmi in that woman, which makes that woman takes care of this child for 9 months in the womb and then delivers the child, is that power of Mahalakshmi. Vishwa Janani means she is the one who creates this universe. We say, when it is one individual mother, we say, my mother, your mother, or somebody's mother. But when the quality of motherhood is there, it cannot be kept in one person. It is prevalent in everybody. That is the quality of motherhood. Vishwa Janani is Mahalakshmi. Who is Mahalakshmi? She is that quality of motherhood which enables a woman to give birth to a child and take care of the child and nourish the child with her grace and her blessings. Om Tushyai Namaha. So I just mentioned the previous Santushti. Mahalakshmi is a form of Santosha. What is actually Mahalakshmi? What does she really love? She loves a heart which is content. And in that heart, she resides completely. What is contentment? Contentment is not related to our sadhana. We should not mistake contentment. Okay, I chanted 10 minutes today and my sadhana is over. No. There is no limit to the sadhana that we can do to invoke the deity in us, to invoke God in us, to invoke Ishvara in us, to invoke Mahalakshmi in us. There is no amount of, no, there is no limit to the sadhana that we can do. So there is no contentment regarding that. Contentment is regarding our experiences in this world. There is a limit to what we can experience in this world. There is a limit to the joy that we can experience through the objects of this world. And instead of going on accumulating things, instead of going after, hankering after experiences, hankering behind people, objects, and situations, when we are content, when we withdraw from all that and are able to sit quietly, absorbed in the self, that contentment is Mahalakshmi and she resides in that heart which is contented. If you want to attract Mahalakshmi in your life, practice contentment. What is contentment? Being very grateful. Contentment is actually not a passive thing. I am contented and there's nothing more. Being contented means being grateful for whatever I've got, whatever services others do to me, whatever things that I get given by others to me, whatever the government has done for me. Contentment is a great way by which we can experience greatness and glory in our life. Contentment is expressing as gratitude. The feeling of I've been blessed, I've been given so much, whatever I need, I am having. That feeling of gratitude. Tushtyai namaha, daridrya nashinyai namaha. When there is tushti, tushti means contentment in the form of Mahalakshmi, gratitude, then our daridra goes away. Daridrya, there are different types of daridra. I am not able to, looking at the Joneses, that's what they say. The other person has got a Maserati car. I don't have even a Maruti car. We may have something that we really want. We may have so many things, but we don't focus on what we want and we look at somebody else and feel very sad that we don't have that. And because of that, we feel miserable. We are not miserable because we don't have that. We become miserable because we feel we don't have something. And that feeling of poverty consciousness is daridra. She destroys that poverty consciousness in us and she raises us to prosperity consciousness. She raises us to abundance consciousness. Whenever, anytime we really are in need of money, we really are in need of something, some object that we really need, and we have to get it. It is not coming to us. In most cases, it is money. Always sit down and chant the name of Mahalakshmi, either this Ashtottara or the Mahalakshmi Stotra, which is sung by Indra himself, or Kanakadara Stotra, sung by Adi Shankaracharya, to invoke Mahalakshmi to solve the poverty. The great story of Adi Shankaracharya's Kanakadara Stotra begins with this, Daridriya Nashinyai Namaha. At the right time, the thought came to my mind. There was this woman, that house is still there in Kerala. There was this woman during the times of Adi Shankaracharya, and when he was a small boy, going around Bhiksha, house after house, asking Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi. And the woman in that house, she was very, very poor. She had only half a gooseberry. In Tamil, it's called Nellika, gooseberry, and the remaining half was, it had got spoiled. And this lady was very ashamed that she had only this to give. And she was not able to present herself outside because her sari is torn. So much of poverty is there in that house. And to this small boy, with all lajja, with a sense of shame, she's offering this gooseberry from behind the door. Adi Shankaracharya, this boy Shankara, was moved so much. And he sang the Kanakadhara Stotram, Angam Hare Pulaka Bhushanamashrayantim Bhringanganeva Mukula Bharanam Tamalam Angikrita Kila Vibhutirapangaleela Mangalyadastu Mama Mangala Devataya. That stotram he sings, and on that house it rained gold gooseberries through the roof. And that is what Mahalakshmi can do to us. When we invoke Mahalakshmi, she will destroy our poverty. If we are experiencing poverty, is not only money, poverty of knowledge, poverty of relationships, poverty of food, poverty of good experiences. In whatever we find a lack. There is daridra in that place. So we invoke Mahalakshmi. She will destroy our poverty consciousness, and she will infuse our prosperity consciousness. And when there is prosperity consciousness, we will experience goodness, we will experience abundance, we will experience harmony, we will experience fulfillment. And the remaining from 73 up to 108, we will see tomorrow on the third day of Mahalakshmi's day of the 6th day of Navaratri. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kasyit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Bole Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj ki Jai. Har Namah Parvati Pataye. Har Har Mahadeva. Hari Om.